Narcissists are evolving. Not healing, not changing, evolving. They're learning which tactics work and which don't. They're watching what gets them canceled, and they're adapting. Here are the new red flags you need to watch for in 2025 and beyond. Red flag number 1. They're using therapy language against you now. You're being emotionally immature. That's a trauma response. You're projecting your insecurity. I need you to regulate your nervous system. It sounds like growth. It sounds like someone who's done the work. But here's what's actually happening. They learned that therapy language shuts people down. It makes you the problem. It reframes their abuse as your dysfunction. This is gaslighting 2.0. They're not reflecting on their behavior. They're using the language of reflection to avoid accountability. And it's devastatingly effective because it sounds so evolved. The old narcissist would rage and blame. The evolved narcissist says, "I'm concerned about your emotional regulation," while doing the exact same thing. They weaponize the tools meant for healing. Psychology becomes their new manipulation toolkit. Red flag number 2. They're playing vulnerable now. Tears, apologies. I'm trying to heal. I recognize my patterns. I'm working on myself. It looks like self-awareness. It looks like someone finally getting it. But watch what happens after the vulnerability performance. Nothing changes. The behavior continues. The tears were real. The regret was real. The commitment to change? That was the manipulation. Here's the evolution. Old narcissists maintained the facade of perfection. New narcissists learned that victims respond to vulnerability. So they fake it. They'll cry about their childhood trauma. They'll admit to narcissistic tendencies. They'll say they're working with a therapist. And then they'll do the exact same thing they apologized for 2 days later. The vulnerability isn't growth. It's bait. They learned that showing cracks in the armor makes you stay longer, makes you believe change is possible, makes you the one who's giving up on them when you finally leave. Evolved narcissists don't maintain the mask 24/7. They strategically remove it when they need to rope you back in. Red flag number 3, they're mimicking your boundaries. You say, "I need space." They say, "Actually, I need space from your toxicity." You say, "This behavior is unacceptable." They say, "Your criticism is emotionally abusive." You set a boundary, they turn it into a weapon against you. This is the most insidious evolution. They've learned that boundary language has power, so they co-opt it. The old narcissist would violate your boundaries and gaslight you about having them. The new narcissist uses boundary language to make you the boundary violator. "I have a boundary around being criticized. I need you to respect my boundary by not bringing up the past. My boundary is that you can't tell me how I made you feel. That's not a boundary. That's control repackaged in therapy speak. Real boundaries protect your well-being. Weaponized boundaries protect their behavior from accountability. And the cruelest part? If you push back, they say you're not respecting their boundaries. They use the language of self-protection to continue the abuse. This is narcissism evolved, using the tools of liberation to maintain the cage. The pattern you're seeing, they're not healing, they're learning. They're watching which tactics get them exposed on social media. They're seeing what language makes them sound evolved. They're adapting to survive in a world that's finally learning about narcissism. This doesn't mean they're becoming better manipulators forever. It means they're in transition, and during transition, they're most dangerous, because they can mimic growth without actually changing. How do you spot the difference? Simple. Watch behavior over time. Real change is slow, consistent, unsexy. It doesn't come with announcements. It doesn't need your validation. Performed change is loud, dramatic, requires an audience. And most importantly, it disappears the moment you're not watching. They're evolving, but you're evolving too. You're learning their new tactics. And that makes you dangerous to them. If you've seen these new tactics, drop "they evolved" in the comments. The narcissists are adapting. So are we.